Right now at 10.
There's big shoes to fill.
The La Crosse Center board discusses what they think should happen after executive director steps down in October. And all the love showing off photos of our families, of course, but experts are warning parents that oversharing could endanger their kids. Plus, demand for diapers. Inflation is driving up plenty of costs, leading some families to pay up to $180 a month.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Amy is off tonight. One more month. That's the amount of time Art Fay has left as the executive director of the La Crosse Center. And board members say he has set a high bar. At a board meeting tonight, members discuss what they think should happen after Fay retires. The city has been running the La Crosse Center for 40 years, but there are discussions about contracting a management company to take over instead of hiring a new executive director.
I think with this new building and the expansion, and I think the mayor has expressed the idea that we have obviously the time when your executive director who's been here for 22 years, 32 altogether in the building, is out. Maybe that's a time to look at things.
Smith says the center under Fay has had great financial success. He says he doesn't look at it as trying to fix a problem, but as an opportunity to look at different ways to run the center. If the mayor and city council decide to name a new director, Smith says they have a big job ahead of them.
As far as the financial viability of the building, obviously the expansion that we've had, just the impact he's had on the community, the center interacting with our community. It's very, very hard, big shoes to fill for anybody who comes in here.
Smith says Fay will be missed at the center, but he's glad he's planning to stay in La Crosse and continue having a positive impact on the community. Fay officially retires October 20th. Time now to switch gears, send it over to our weather center. Meteorologist Eric Dean has a look at your forecast.
Good evening, Ken. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we had a nice day across the Coulee region today. We had temperatures in the 70s. La Crosse made it to 81. We had 78 in Preston, 77 Decorah, 80 in Boscobel, 80 in Prairie du Chien. Eau Claire made it to 79 degrees as well. We're cooling off as we go into the 10 o'clock hour. Look at Eau Claire. Good evening to you guys. You're at 66, 66 in Winona, 68 in La Crosse, 65 in Viroqua. Prairie du Chien seemed to be one of the warm spots on the map. Actually, the warmest spot on the map at 71. Same story with Minneapolis. 70 is the current temperature in Mason City. Seeing a line of thunderstorms on the radar scan pushing its way through. We'll keep an eye on this as we go into the next several minutes. Now we're going to see another round push its way through as we go into the overnight hours. One thing to note, Ken, I hope you enjoy tomorrow with temperatures going into the mid to upper 80s, because after that we won't see temperatures in the 70s for at least the first part of next week. Matter of fact, some places may see highs in the upper 50s. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, finally summer into fall.
Yes.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Eric.
Back.
Well, a captain in the La Crosse County Sheriff's Department denies he endorsed Wisconsin Senate candidate Mandela Barnes. John Siegel says he doesn't really know why he was included in a list of law enforcement officials endorsing Barnes. Siegel is running for county sheriff as a Democrat. He says he had a 5-minute conversation with Barnes' campaign staff, but did not make an endorsement.
I had no idea on Friday that my name was going to appear on a press release. I called immediately, well, whoever I could get a hold of, and finally got a hold of somebody up in their campaign and said, hey, I didn't ever agree to put my name on anything or be added to a list.
In a statement tonight, the Barnes campaign says a clerical error caused Siegel's name to be added to the list. The campaign says it corrected the issue by amending a press release that went out over the weekend. The man accused of killing 6 people and injuring dozens of others in the Waukesha Christmas parade attack is back in court for the last time before he stands trial next month. The court will bring in 105 jurors each of the next 3 days set aside for a 12-person jury selection in Darrell Brooks' case. Potential jurors will have to fill out a short questionnaire when they check in. Those people have already filled out a 100-question form earlier this year in the court's effort to eliminate jury bias. Brooks' trial begins October 3rd. The DEA sent out a warning last month about rainbow-colored fentanyl, and now it's been seen in Minnesota. The Minnesota River Valley Drug Task Force found the pills in Mankato. Authorities say dealers are targeting kids with the brightly colored pills, trying to make them look more harmless.
Definitely need to talk to your kids about it and make sure they don't take anything that a friend or another student or gives them. The only prescription they should be taking is something that a doctor and a pharmacist give to them.
Fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. The La Crosse Police Department is still investigating the weekend threat made to Logan High School, but kids are back in class. In an email to parents, Principal Wally Genevico says police searched the building and the school is safe for staff and students. Genevico is encouraging families to speak with their students about safety. The school is working to reschedule the canceled homecoming dance. Social media is a way to share parts of your life with family members and friends, of course, but experts are warning parents about oversharing. It's called sharenting, and experts say people should think twice before posting a picture of their child online.
In the age of social media,
we all had photo albums, right, from our childhood.
Photo albums are now posted on the internet for every family member, friend, and follower to see.
As a parent, it feels like super safe thing to do, right?
But while sharing an update about your child may seem harmless, clinical therapist at Mayo Clinic Health System Laquita Becker says there are many dangers.
Nothing's completely ever safe once it's actually out there on the internet.
Once a picture or information is posted online, there is little to no control over who can access it. The more information that is out there, the bigger threat it can pose.
When people get that type of information and you get a bunch of it all together, you can potentially use that to steal someone's identity.
When Kathleen Hench became a grandma, she posted her grandchild's newborn picture on Facebook. A few hours later, she got a phone call from her son.
He said, remove the baby's name from Facebook immediately. He did not want his baby on Facebook.
Vanessa Wagner shares pictures of her children on social media every day.
I don't post anything that is going to upset them in later years, I guess.
Becker says be wary of posting pictures of children playing at the beach or taking a bath.
In the wrong hands, that could just be, a dangerous image.
Becker says while posting on social media has become the norm,
the potential risks and how to really navigate the best case scenario when they're thinking about what to post.
Parents should always think twice before they hit that post button. Reporting in La Crosse, Dua Esrar, News 8 Now.
Now, experts say you should check your privacy settings on social media sites and make sure you're only sharing photos with people that you trust. More importantly, don't post any specific personal information. As your child gets older, experts suggest asking them what pictures they're comfortable with posting. Social media isn't the only thing on parents' mind. Inflation is driving up the prices of diapers. Agencies like WIC can help relieve the stress of food costs, but they don't cover things like diapers. The costs are straining families' budgets. Some needing diapers need to spend $180 a month per child for diapers. A La Crosse area diaper bank is trying to help lessen the load.
Just between January and July of this year, we have increased our distribution by over 16,000 diapers in comparison to last year.
Parenting Place officials say they have 146 families getting help from the bank. That number has risen by 36 from last year. Over the span of 6 months, that adds up to 84,600 diapers. If you'd like to donate or if you need help getting diapers, we've posted links about the Parenting Place's diaper bank at news8000.com. Well, LeBlanc Wall in Viroqua is now alive with spring flowers thanks to a trio known as the Smockettes. The Viroqua Chamber Main Street held a ribbon cutting today to celebrate the Spring Ephemerals mural at 304 South Main Street. The Smockettes are Stella Greendeer, Anna Kim, and Natalie Hinahara, who recently finished a mural on La Crosse's Main Street parking ramp. The Viroqua Area Foundation collected donations to fund that mural. Still ahead, seniors who have had COVID-19 could be at a higher risk of Alzheimer's. Details from a study that looked at more than 6 million people next. And later, you know about little free libraries, but what about a dog library? A neighborhood in Minneapolis is welcoming the installation built in honor of a canine companion.
He wants to be a firefighter, a doctor, a teacher, and he wants to be their governor. But Tim Michaels said funding public schools is the definition of insanity.
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'd drain millions from public schools to help fund private schools in Milwaukee, and even consider ending the Department of Public Instruction. Tim Michaels wants to be governor for 4 long years. But what matters more to you, his future or theirs?
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Doctors say we might be in for a pretty rough flu season. Fewer Wisconsinites are getting vaccinated. Over the last year, the rates have dropped 10%. Doctors say the rise in COVID vaccinations could be to blame here.
In particular, when everybody was really focused on getting their COVID vaccines and many people also getting their COVID boosters, unfortunately, influenza sort of went by the wayside.
Doctors are concerned coming into winter that the general public does not have enough immunity. So they suggest folks get their flu vaccinations as soon as possible to protect both themselves and others. A new study suggests seniors who have had COVID-19 have a much higher risk of being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Researchers at the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease looked at data from 6 million people over the age of 65, and they found 7 new Alzheimer's diagnoses for every 1,000 seniors with COVID in the past year. The study does not say COVID causes Alzheimer's. It only shows a COVID infection can cause inflammation that aggravates changes already occurring in the brain. The study adds that other viruses can also have the same effect on those seniors with COVID. Tomorrow afternoon, La Crosse area firefighters are collecting donations for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. A crew will be standing at the intersection of 4th and La Crosse streets to fill their boots from 2:30 until 5:30 p.m. Well, is the food in your freezer safe? A frozen food company is recalling a popular product after an ingredient was left off the label.
And I'm First Alert meteorologist Eric Dean here. We do have some rain on the radar, but we're not out of the woods yet, and I hope you enjoy tomorrow in terms of temperatures, because there's a big change coming. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Thank you for watching News 8 La Crosse. Here are tonight's winning Powerball numbers.
Prices are going up on groceries, they're going up at the gas station. The only ones profiting are oil companies, big corporations, China, and Ron Johnson. Johnson makes money from investments and factories in China. No wonder Johnson's net worth has doubled since he's been in Washington. Even worse, Johnson's allowed oil and drug companies to jack up prices on us. He takes all that money from them. Ron Johnson profits, we pay the price. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
You're never too young to learn to save money. At Riverbank, we make it easy with our student checking account. With access to online and mobile banking, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees, students can keep more money in their pockets. They can also receive up to a $200 bonus per calendar year with our Save the Change program, rewarding them for being financially smart. The more they save, the more they earn. Stop into one of our locations or visit us online to learn more. Riverbank, local banking made simple. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
By some measures, our economy is doing great. We've reached the lowest unemployment in state history. We have a record budget surplus. But there's another side too, rising prices for groceries, gas, and medications. Folks, that's a problem. That's why I have a plan to cap prescription drug prices, aggressively prosecute price gouging, and cut taxes by another 10% for working families. It's the right thing to do for Wisconsin and our economy.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Violent crime up across Wisconsin. Families nervous about their safety. Yet Mandela Barnes called for releasing half of Wisconsin's jailed inmates. That would mean releasing over 10,000 criminals right into our neighborhoods. 10,000 reasons your family would be in more danger. Barnes also supported defunding the police. 10,000 more criminals with fewer police to protect us. What could go wrong? Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by the Board Store. A new entry door is like a smile on the face of your home. As the only Pro Via Platinum dealer in the area, the Board Store can help you design the door that welcomes you home.
Well, those with a dairy allergy may need to check their freezers these days. A Healthy Choice frozen meal is being recalled. The labels on the company's Korean-style beef power bowls do not have a warning that the meals contain milk. There are no reports of anyone getting sick so far. We've posted more retail information on the USDA's website. Federal regulators say they won't allow an airline to cut pilot hiring standards to fix their pilot shortages. Republic Airways asked the Federal Aviation Administration to cut flight experience hours in half so that their graduates could become commercial co-pilots faster. The FAA denied that request, saying that would not provide the same level of safety. Walmart is going high-tech for its fashionistas. The retail giant now has a virtual fitting room in their official app, so you can now be your own model within the app to see how clothes fit you. Users can take a photo of themselves or see how a clothing item fits a particular model that they have. Walmart says it lets customers better see how fabrics drape and fall on their figures. And the feature's now available on Walmart's official app. Time now to switch it over to our resident fashionista, Eric Dean, for a look at your forecast. Eric, I'm loving the tie today.
Thank you. That's a Jerry Garcia tie, actually.
Excellent. All right.
All right. In all seriousness, so we do have some rain and thunderstorms on the radar scan. Let's go ahead and give you the grand tour as to what's going on over towards Eau Claire. Seeing a line of thunderstorms pushing its way. Here's Highway 10. Here's I-94. You can see it pushing its way through the Eau Claire area just to the east of Menominee. Now, we go ahead and move the map up a little bit, and we'll take a look here. There's Holman seeing some rain just to the west of La Crosse, between La Crosse and Caledonia, seeing some rain. I want to focus your attention on portions of Allamakee County, and I want to go ahead and zoom in on this system because we are seeing a little bit of lightning being picked up. Matter of fact, I just got a report just to the west of New Albany. Actually, the New Albany area seeing some thunder, or hearing some thunder, I should say, as we speak, and it's because of this guy right here. There's Highway 76 just to the north of Hanover, seeing a little bit of thunderstorm activity as well. So let's go ahead and pull out and take a look here at the big picture, and you're noticing what's going on. That line of thunderstorms is going to continue to push its way through the Cooley region. We'll go ahead and start the clock here, and we'll take a look here at the past several hours and what's going on. So this is the first wave that I'm going to keep an eye on, is this guy right here. I think there's going to be another one that's going to push its way through as we go into your evening and overnight hours. We're on the back end of a high pressure system, and that's going to allow the temperatures to go up into the mid to upper 70s. That's going to allow that wind to shift out of the south. Right now in Eau Claire, you have 66 degrees with clear skies. Your dew point's at 56. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 3 miles per hour. In La Crosse, we're seeing some rain at the airport with a temperature of 68. Humidity is at 78% with winds out of the east at 7 miles per hour. It's 70 degrees here at the TV station. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you. Double Nichols, 55 in Black River Falls, as well as Volk Field, 60 in Sparta, 65 in La Crosse, 62 in Eau Claire, 65 will be the overnight low in Decorah. Like I said, we'll see mostly cloudy skies as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours. A stray shower will push its way through as we go into the overnight hours, starting at about 1 o'clock in Eau Claire, about 3 o'clock over towards the Black River Falls area, and then it's out of here by about the 7 o'clock time frame. Again, we'll see mostly cloudy skies to start your Tuesday. It'll dissipate in the afternoon and evening hours. That wind's going to shift out of the south, and then the big change happens tomorrow night going into Wednesday. And it's this guy right here, this cool front, that'll sag its way through the Cooley region, and when it does, Mother Nature is going to flip a switch. Watch what happens. Look at the highs tomorrow. There you go. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Some places even getting very close to, if not 90. Prairie du Chien, you'll hit 90, 89 Boscobel, 88 in La Crosse. Here's the switch. Upper 60s for Wednesday, and by Thursday, whoo-hoo, look at that. Talk about fall-like. We go into the 50s and 60s. 58 will be the high in Viroqua, 58 in Viroqua, 59 in Volkfield, 59 in Wisconsin Rapids, 62 will be the high in La Crosse. First alert forecast for the evening and overnight hours, mid-60s will be the rule with overnight thunderstorms. The clouds will increase with winds out of the southeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, we'll go to 88 degrees with decreasing clouds. Stray shower or two in the morning, not out of the question. Here's the balance of the 8-day forecast. We have temperatures in the 60s for Wednesday, upper 50s, low 60s for Thursday, 60s and 70s for the weekend with mostly sunny skies. After that, we see temperatures staying in the 60s for next week. And Ken, one thing to note, Thursday, we see that high of 62. It is also the first day of fall, so it's going to feel like it.
All right. Perfect timing, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks so much, Eric.
Thank you.
Coming up next in sports, a big bounce-back night for the Pack in Week 2 over the rival Bears. Plus, big series in Milwaukee getting underway tonight. A former Logger was dealing in this one. Rob's got the highlights next.
News 8 Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or treatment for a complex condition, Mayo Clinic Health System has convenient and safe options for the care you and your family need.
Prices are going up on groceries, they're going up at the gas station. The only ones profiting are oil companies, big corporations, China, and Ron Johnson. Johnson makes money from investments in factories in China. No wonder Johnson's net worth has doubled since he's been in Washington. Even worse, Johnson's allowed oil and drug companies to jack up prices on us. He takes all that money from them. Ron Johnson profits, we pay the price. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Derek Van Orden, former U.S. Navy SEAL. Over 20 years of active duty, defending America in hostile territory. 5 combat tours, hundreds of missions, sea, air, and land. Now, he's on the most important no-fail mission of his life.
Saving America for my grandchildren and yours.
Grandpa, we're just going to the park.
Yes, we are. You guys ready? Yeah. Derek Van Orden and I approve this mission and this message.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Well, the Packers haven't lost to the Bears since 2018. They haven't started the regular season 0-2 since 2006. And last night, they made sure neither of those things would happen this year as Green Bay gets the win in its home opener 27-10 over rival Chicago. The story from week 1 was Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon only getting 23 touches combined against the Vikings. But what a completely different story in week 2. How about 20 touches from those two in the first half alone? Jones with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. The green and gold went into the break up 17, and Jones was feeling it all night long. 15 carries for $132 on the ground. Also had 3 receptions in this one. Big night for Jones. Big night for the Pack as they get back in the win column in their first game at home this season.
Stay slippery. I think I have a knack for breaking tackles and knowing how to get tackled or rolling with the tackle. So just being elusive, making the most of every carry you get, and not letting one person take you down. That's our thing in the running back room. We don't believe that one person should be able to take you down in a one-on-one situation.
I'll tell you what, Aaron Jones, man, he was absolutely electric. He's just a hell of a competitor, and he's a guy that just embodies everything that you want in a football player. The way he works, how selfless he is, how he cheers for his teammates, how he supports his teammates. They don't make many like this guy.
Now the backfield, not the only guys having success on offense. How about the vet wide receiver, Sammy Watkins, having himself a night. 3 receptions, 93 yards for Watkins in last night's win, including this 55-yard dime from Rodgers in stride to Sammy. Productive night for the offense in week 2. And after the game, Watson talked about that play.
I guess the coach was just holding on it till we need it. I did a good release, got over top, and literally it was freaking wide open. So I thank the coach for dialing that up. And I think that was one of my top plays in the last 2 or 3 years to go deep on that pass. So it felt really good.
We'll see if Watkins can play a big role next week as the Packers head to Tampa to take on Brady and the Bucs. Vikings in primetime tonight, looking to start the year 2-0, but it's not going to happen. Kirk Cousins cut the deficit to just 7 in the first half with a 2-yard TD pass to Irv Smith Jr., but Jalen Hurts responded with a 26-yard touchdown run. This one just wrapping up. Vikings fall to 1-1 on the year. 24-7, the final. Early baseball in Cleveland. Twins trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, but a tough start for Minnesota. The Guardians, Josh Naylor with 2 on, crushes one to right field. 3-0 Cleveland, but here come the Twins in the 6th. 4-2 until Nick Gordon unloads on this pitch. An absolute no-doubter to right center. Cuts the deficit to just 1, but the Guardians break it open in the bottom of the inning. Ahmed Rosario with 2 on. He gets all of this one to left field. Another 3-run blast for Cleveland. Twins keep fading. They lose this one 11-4. Brewers and Mets beginning a 3-game set tonight in Milwaukee in the 4th. Pete Alonso 2 on. This ball's crushed to left. A no-doubt 3-run shot for Alonso. Makes it 3-0 Mets. And the former logger, Max Scherzer, was perfect tonight. Literally 18 up, 18 down for Max. 9 Ks on the night. And that's win number 200 for Scherzer. Mets win it 7-2. And for the first time since 2016, New York is headed back to the postseason. Mets clinched at least a wild card spot with the win. I'm not going to be obnoxious about it.
No.
Take it light. Act like we've been there before. It hasn't happened in 6 years. Oh, I wasn't supposed to come on camera. That was a mistake. I'm going to get fired now. Oh, man. It was a great night. Let me have my time. Just let me have my time. It's been a while.
You couldn't have thrown us a bone with the Rowdy Tellez home run to at least throw a Brewer highlight.
I ran out of time. You heard me running out of breath. It was tough to get this on. I had my suit on. You should have seen what was happening back here as I was getting through it.
It's a crazy behind the scenes. But yes, Max Scherzer, an absolute stone.
I'm humble most of the time. No one really knows about my Mets fandom. I never talk about it.
But here it is.
Let me have
it. Center. All right. More news after the break.
I'm Dave Estenson, and I've been a lot of things. Law enforcement officer, long-haul trucker, small businessman, school board member, and a bull rider. I got tired of saying someone should do something, so I'm running for state senate to back the badge and help stop crime, fix our roads and the supply chain, bring common sense back to our schools, and stop the bull, because I quit that a long time ago. I'm Dave Estenson, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Sinking driveway, settling patio, collapsing stoop, uneven pool deck. It's a fact. Concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Water Works.
When the insurance company knows that Bygolf and Roadie is on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. They know that if they're not being fair with our client, they're going to find themselves in court, which is the last place they want to end up. So many attorneys will take in a case, but they won't go to court. That's the only way you can hold an insurance company accountable to make certain that you're getting the compensation that you deserve for the injuries you've suffered. And that's how Bygolf and Roadie gets results for its clients.
Birthdays are something to celebrate, and our News 8 This Morning team highlight them every day. If someone you know is turning 8 or 88, submit a picture of them at news8000.com today. Look Who's 8, brought to you locally by Pediatric Dentistry of Onalaska. Little teeth, big smiles.
Schools forced to close, falling academic standards, parents told they don't have a say, transgender videos for kindergartners, and books that shame kids just for being white. That's Tony Evers' record on Wisconsin public schools.
As a mom, I have every right to know what my kids are being taught in class. Our schools should teach reading, writing, and math, not crazy liberal ideas.
Tony Evers, wrong for our kids, wrong for Wisconsin.
It says here, United Healthcare has America's most chosen Medicare plans and local Medicare plan experts.
They'll even find you a plan with good dental coverage.
How do you know?
Maggie, my local Medicare plan expert. She helped me find the right plan.
With benefits including prescription drug, vision, and dental coverage, our Wisconsin team is ready to help you find a Medicare plan that meets your needs and budget.
Talk to a local Medicare plan expert today at 1-888-SHOP-UHC.
You may have seen little libraries in your neighborhood where people can take and leave books for free. In a Minneapolis neighborhood, there's now a little dog library where people can take and leave things for their pets. As Kirsten Mitchell explains, it's a remembrance library, helping lift the community's spirits as some go through a rough time.
When we walked by, he found a bowl of water and pretty much demolished the entire thing.
On Wilson Street in northeast Minneapolis.
Hey, oh, hello.
Dogs like Murphy are sniffing out something special made just for them.
Pick up toys, to pick up leashes, to pick up poop bags, because everyone should pick up their poop, please.
It's a dog library where people can share old items or take what they need.
My neighbors had come over with a little bouquet after I'd lost Charlie just 2.5 weeks ago. And we started talking about getting things out that we could share with other neighbor dogs.
That's when the idea was unleashed.
Really cute dog wallpaper on the tile floor.
And Will Mound got to work fast.
About 3 days.
Really?
Just putzing around in the garage.
Besides the dog library, Will Mound is also known for his creative projects around the neighborhood. He's also made a little free library. And you'll find these little wooden fairy doors speckled all over the area.
It was one of the first rounds of layoffs in the beginning of the pandemic, and it was hard to find work at that time, so I needed something to do, and it was kind of my outlet.
It's not just a love of dogs uniting these neighbors. It's the shared loss of losing a dog over the past year.
We lost our dog Harold a little over a year ago.
Dan and Emily lost Hank.
Yeah, it's been nice because, I mean, we all experienced it all at the same time, so we were kind of able to support each other a little bit that way.
And Lisa lost Charlie. Their names are now displayed on the library.
It was very personal and very sweet for me to see Charlie's name up there.
There's just so much out there right now that's negative, so it's kind of nice to feel something new.
Touching the hearts and the new snouts on Wilson Street.
Everybody's getting new dogs now, so.
Now that neighborhood isn't the only one with a little pet library. If you live in La Crosse, there's a little free pet pantry at Hamilton Elementary School. Everyone's encouraged to stock the pantry, and those that need a little help feeding their pets can stop by and take what they need. Fantastic efforts by those communities. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
They're destroying America and our livelihoods. Now, DC elites are spending big on Brad Paff. The same Beltway bigwigs who wasted taxpayer money that bailed out elite golf courses and luxury hotels are now bankrolling Brad Paff's campaign because Brad Paff supported their big spending, price-hiking, reckless schemes. And that's why we can't send him to Washington. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
All I wanted to do was help out a friend. It was supposed to be just a couple of hours. It turned out to be multiple days. There is just so much junk. I asked him why didn't he hire some professional movers, and he said he couldn't afford it. Guess he never heard of Dan the Moving Man.
Don't traumatize your friends. Call Dan the Moving Man. We'll make your move as easy as possible. Dan the Moving Man is now serving La Crosse and surrounding areas. Schedule your move now and receive free moving boxes.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We at Maxwell White pride ourselves on delivering honest, dependable plumbing services, whether it's a repair, installation, or any number of other needs. With our full-stocked warehouse and trucks, our licensed technicians are ready to serve you. So don't just choose anyone, choose Maxwell White.
Rob, HR, line 1. Next 8 days, we have temperatures in the upper 80s tomorrow. Then we drop those temperatures first day of fall. It's going to feel like it. 62 degrees for Thursday, 62 Friday with rain chances, 60s and 70s this weekend. Talk about sweater weather.
Amen to that. Thanks,
Jersey's
Eric.
off. The jersey's off.